Greetings and welcome to this edition of Video Ask a Master, where we discuss all things Mimio. My name is Travis Rink. I am a full-time science teacher teaching right outside of Wichita, Kansas. I serve a few capacities for Mimio as a quick learn instructor as well as a Mimio Connect moderator. So the question that's into the Mimio Connect site today, and this is from Cynthia. Cynthia asks, how do I get my MimioVote to be self-paced and printable? And she's made a test, but she doesn't have the MimioVote toolbar at the bottom of her screen. So I'm going to show you a couple ways to problem solve this. First of all, the MimioVote tools, which should show up at the bottom, will be present only if two situations are there. One of which you have to have a MimioVote question built into your file, and you have to have your MimioVote properly connected to your computer, and that means it has to be powered up and your Mimio hub has to be plugged in. Once those are taken care of, and I'll go through and demonstrate how to do that, that toolbar should show up, and then what you'll do is you're going to press a self-paced button, which is down here, that will generate a self-paced test. And once that has been generated, you will press another button that will start that self-paced test, and I will demonstrate how to do all of that right now. So first things first, you want to make sure your MimioVote is properly connected, and you simply need to have your Mimio hub plugged into any USB port on your computer. And of course, you want your MimioVote station plugged into an outlet so it's receiving power. On the front right, you should see a button, a little light that's either amber or green, and all things will be good if you have a green light. And if it's not green, you always want to make sure that it's connected to your computer. So you'll come up here in MimioStudio, you'll come up here to Tools. You will come right down here to Settings, and in the classroom devices, you should see Mimio Hub and MimioVote at the very least connected. And if they're not connected and you know you have everything plugged in, what you might do is go over to your MimioVote charging base, hold down that amber or green button, hold it down for about 10 seconds, and that will cycle the vote out, and it will reconnect it. It'll either connect it or it might say available. If it does say available, that means you need to come down here and click connect, and then you are all set. Then hit OK. So at that point, it still may not show up here at the bottom, and that's because we've not inserted a question. So let's do that. I already have some questions pre-built in. I'm going to drop this question in right there, and as soon as I put that question in, there reveals my MimioVote toolbar. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put another question in that I already have pre-built. And again, I have now two questions put together. So now what I'm ready to do, let's say I have a bunch of other questions built in. I want to generate a self-paced test. So I come down here to this button, click it, and what it will do is it will automatically bring up a web page, and it will generate that test for you. So there the two questions are. It's all set, and all I have to do now is print that, make copies for my students, and I'm all set. So once my students have that copy in front of their hands, what I would do then is I will come over here and click Start Self-Paced Test, and that will turn my entire screen white, something similar to this. Again, you're seeing only a part of my screen, but what you'll do to start it, you'll simply press that button. That starts the polling. The timer will start. You can minimize this window in the upper right, which you're not seeing on my screen currently, but in the upper right corner of your screen, you'll have a minimize button that you can click and minimize your window. And that allows you to keep working on your computer while the students take their test. When you're wanting to end the situation here of testing, you can simply press the button. It's going to ask you, are you sure you want to end it? And you'll hit yes, and then close the window out, and you're back in business. And as soon as you do that, all of your results are fed into the Mimio gradebook, and you can go through those results, get the student's grade, and have a heyday with all that. So I will also like to mention there is another way for you to bring questions in. If you have access to ExamView through your textbook source or what other mechanisms, you can bring in ExamView tests right into MimioStudio for use in MimioVote. And we have a video already prepared showing you how to do this. You just need to access that at MimioConnect.com/askamaster and scroll down to the page, and you will find a video that will show you very easily how you can import your ExamView tests into MimioVote. So I encourage you to look at that. So with that said, I hope that shows you a little bit of how to get started using the self-paced mode of MimioVote Assessment System. It's very easy. It's very powerful in what it can achieve for you in your classroom and what your students will get back as far as the feedback. So if you have any other questions, of course, you want to visit our website at MimioConnect.com, and we are here to help you at any time, any hour. So if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to contact us at MimioConnect.com/askamaster, and we'll be there for you. Have a great day.